This is a Louie Tee Network exclusive.
Who else could it be? Me, your man, Louie Tee. Welcome, you are in the L.A.B room, of course. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me on the 2016 NFL Draft Prospects 101 series. Your guide to some of the biggest and hottest names in the 2016 NFL Draft. We're talking defensive linemen, and I was a little late to this train right here, but I'm gonna tell you what, once that train got moving on the tracks, picked up a little bit of steam, and I watched the tape, my goodness, I fell in love. It was love at first sight. And I saw him at the combine, and I said, man, I can't wait to watch tape on this next individual. And when I put the tape on, I said, oh my goodness. I found my man crush in the first round this year. My Redskins need a defensive lineman, and I found the guy. I found the guy that I want my Washington Redskins to select, and his name is Andrew Billings out of Billings. Let's break him down, talk about his pros and some cons, and then move on to the next player in this series. Boy, oh boy, I ran into a man that is a grown man in Andrew Billings. Let's talk about top Billings. 6'1", 311 pounds, and that doesn't begin to describe what this guy is as a football player. I look at him and I say, man, he looks like a mini version of Vince Wilfork, but does he play like Vince Wilfork? And the answer is, hell yes, he plays like Vince Wilfork, and I'd go out on a limb and venture to say he's way stronger than Vince Wilfork ever was. His next pro is something that just absolutely blew my mind watching the tape. I've never seen this before. Atomic strength. Like, it was ridiculous watching the tape. Look, this dude is stupid strong. I don't know how strong he is. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I don't know how to quantify this and back it up with actual numbers. I'm pretty sure if you go check out some squat numbers, or if you're talking bench press, his numbers are probably stupid and ridiculous, but I'm telling you right now, just watching the tape, damn the weights and all of that stuff, the dude is like country strong, ridiculously strong. You know what it reminds me of watching him? You remember the movie Little Giants? Remember that movie? And they had the dude Spike out there, and he was like a man amongst boys, playing with them young boys out there, throwing them around and dragging them for touchdowns and stuff. That's what Andrew Billings looks like on the football field. He looks like Spike, man. Get off of me. And I got a couple of games that I want you to go check out. West Virginia, okay? The first tape, matter of fact, the first tape that I put on was Oklahoma. And it had to be one of the first few plays of the game, like second or third play of the game. He literally takes an offensive lineman. You don't see guys do this. I've never seen a guy do this as often as I see Andrew Billings do this. He took an offensive lineman and literally tossed him aside like a rag doll. Just, man, get out of the way. Get out my damn way. Just throw him on the ground. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I had to rewind that. I had to rewind it and look at it again, because I'm like, did he slip? Did he trip on somebody's foot? Because it just looked too easy. He just, nah, man. Get him out of here. Okay? Physical. Freak in terms of strength. West Virginia game. This is the first time I've ever seen a guy take a double team and literally move two guys backwards simultaneously, okay? Simultaneously, he's moving two grown men that get paid, or in this case, who are at school, probably on a scholarship, to stop guys like him from moving them backwards. And he literally was pushing two defenders back. Same thing in the Kansas game. I'm watching a grown man move two other grown men at the same time against their will. Who does that? Andrew Top Billings does that. Okay? So, atomic strength. This dude is on some Hulk Hogan ripping off the shirt. Oh, he's invincible type strength, okay? Andrew Billings is the real deal. Collapses the pocket. Look, when you're that strong, I'm gonna go ahead and lump these next three pros in here, because when you're that strong, there are just some things that comes with the territory. He collapses the pocket, takes on double teams, and takes on double teams isn't really a good enough description of what he does. He moves double teams, okay? He's not just taking on two blockers and standing his ground and arching that back and not moving. No, he's moving this double team from the line of scrimmage a couple of yards back into the quarterback's lap. It is a thing of beauty, something that I've never seen before out of one man. And I'm pretty sure there are other guys on this planet that play the game of football that we all love, that move double teams. I just haven't seen them, okay? And maybe I just wasn't looking close enough. This guy's moving double teams, okay? That is uncanny, that's unnatural. He's a disruptive force. Those are your three pros in a row. Collapses the pocket, takes on double teams. He moves double teams. That's more accurate than just taking on double teams. He moves them, okay? And he's a disruptive force. And anytime you're blowing up double teams, you're a disruptive force. This is one of these guys that off the snap, he'll blow a dude up 2-3 yards in the backfield. The running back wanted to come and really wanted to pick his way through the hole. Now, he doesn't have a choice. When you get your own offensive lineman jumping back on hot coals into your own lap, you don't have a choice. You got to make a decision right now or you're going to lose 3 yards on the play. So he just blows plays up. There was one play against Kansas. It's 4th and inches, and I'm like, okay. If you're Andrew Billings, your top Billings as I call him, make a play right here. And that's what I said before the snap. I said it's 4th and inches. It's a blowout. I mean, the score is like 48-7 at this point. He doesn't have to do this, but he just does just because he can. I said, make a play here, man. It's 4th and inches. This is when you're supposed to show up. 4th and short situations, 3rd and short. This is when you want guys like this to show up. And what did he do? He blew up the guy that was blocking him so badly that he was 3 yards into the backfield, made the running back have to jump cut to the outside, which he did not want to do. And there were 2 Baylor defenders waiting on the running back there, stopped him about a yard short of the first down on 4th and inches. That's what you get from Andrew Top Billings. And that's why this guy, to me, has to be a first-round pick. And if he's there at 21, Washington Redskins, put his name on the card, turn it in. We will be pleased with that selection. He's got a paw of doom. Oh my goodness. West Virginia game, 2015, West Virginia. He pulled what I call a oh no you don't, okay? He pulled the oh no you don't. They're inside the 5-yard line. The running back cuts back. He looks like he's about to hit a seam and get into the end zone. And Andrew Billings sticks out the paw of doom from hell and says, oh no you don't. The running back's like, oh yeah, jump cut. Oh, I got this touchdown. Oh no you don't. Andrew Billings with one hand reaches out and grabs him and yanks him back with the paw of doom from hell. And yoked him and said, where you going? Bring your ass back here. And yoked him back to about the 3-yard line. And they had to do it all over again. That's, when I say paw doom, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Andrew Billings comes equipped with a lethal paw of doom. You know what I call guys with that kind of paw doom? Kung Fu grip paw doom. He comes with the G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip. Ah, get back here. Not today. Where you going? Oh, no, you don't. Athletic for his size. That's the next pro. Look at the Kansas game from 2014. If you want an example of his athleticism. The running back for Kansas catches a screen pass and he makes a guy miss and he accelerates. And guess who's chasing him in heavy pursuit? You guessed it, 311-pound Andrew Billings. Now, another defender down the field, it slows him up just a tad. I'm talking about just a smidge. He didn't break stride, he just jump cuts, makes that guy miss, and Andrew Billings hawks him 35 yards down the field. Again, relentlessness. You're talking about athleticism from a 300-plus pound man chasing down a scat back out of the backfield. Andrew Billings, real deal. And that leads us right into perfect segue to the next pro. He's a relentless guy. Relentless pursuit is the next pro. This is a guy that doesn't quit on any play. I'm watching him and he's way away from the action and he's still running trying to get there. You know, he's one of those guys that wants to be a part of the action and he wants a piece of the ball carrier, and he'll do whatever it takes to get there. And so you just love that about a big 300+ pound man. Again, it's easy for these guys to get winded, to get gassed, and want to tap out and not give you maximum effort. It's easy for those guys to take a snap or two off. You're not getting that out of Andrew Billings, man. He's giving you maximum effort, relentless pursuit on every single snap. Again, sign me up. Where do I sign? Where do I put my John Hancock? Sign me up. Nasty disposition is the last pro. I like my defensive linemen, anybody in the trenches for that matter. Offensive, defensive, it doesn't matter. You're in the trenches along any of those lines. I want you to have just a slight nasty disposition about you, okay? I don't want any nice guys. Nice guys finish last in football. Be a nice guy after you take the pads off. Be a nice guy. Everybody's shaking hands and switching jerseys after the game. That's cool. Game's over with. But when the game's on, okay, when they're blowing whistles and you're playing in between those white lines, I need a nasty guy. I want a nasty boy. I want a nasty boy. And he's got a nasty disposition. Plays over, he's still pushing dudes for no reason. Tossing guys on the ground. I'm like, hey, Andrew, chill. I had to tell him chill a couple of times. Andrew, chill, man. Plays over, he's not even close to the action, man. Let him go. Let him go, Andrew. I had to pull him off like he was a dog. Hey, Andrew. Let him go. Let him go. So he's got that nasty position. He's stiff-arming guys, throwing guys on the ground after the play's over with, pushing guys 2-3 yards out of the play like he an offensive lineman. I said, Drew, let him go. Okay, play's over with. It's done. Call him off, and we'll do this again next play. Okay? So I love it. Nasty disposition. His cons, and really, he didn't have a lot of cons, man. There's not a lot of things that I can really pick from his game and say, I don't really like that. There's just one really in particular. I got one actual con, and then I got a comment of sorts, a question maybe you could say. But the one con that I have about Andrew Billings is don't be a meathead, man. Don't be a meathead, okay? Don't be a big physical savage and just don't know what the hell's going on. There are times when Andrew Billings will take a guy and power drive him 5 yards out of the play, and the play is going the total opposite direction. They run a fake stretch and bootleg to the opposite side of the field, and Andrew Billings is blowing up that guard and taking him to the sideline that way. Hey, bruh, play's going all the way to the other side of the field. What are you doing, man? At some point, you gotta realize, play's not coming this way. This isn't a handoff, it's a fake. You need to go over there and do something. Go over there and be productive. Don't keep blowing this guy up. That's not gonna help the play at all. That's not gonna help your teammates, okay? There's times where they'll let him through on a screen, and he'll get 4 or 5 yards up the field before he realizes, damn, that was too easy. I know I'm good, but am I really that good? Then he'll realize, oh, it's a screen. Well, it's too late now. You're already 4 yards. You're literally within striking distance of the quarterback. Now you're way too late. They invited you up the field, and you took the invitation, and you went all the way with it. And so, don't be a meathead, man. Don't be okay, man, I'm strong. And blowing guys up, 3 yards into the backfield, but the play's already passed you, and you still jacking that guy. Let him go. Don't be a meathead, man. Don't be strong for no reason. Use your brain, man. Use your noggin. Don't be a meathead. Don't be all overly aggressive and run yourself out of the play, and play's going the opposite direction, and you have no clue what the hell is going on. Don't be a meathead. And so that's my biggest con with him, is sometimes he can be a meathead. Don't be a meathead, man. But my last con is not much of a con as much as it is a critique of maybe when he gets to the next level, someone will get with him, because I don't want to see this guy be a 2-down player. I think he's too talented and too special to come off the field on 3rd down. So what I want him to do is be a better pass rusher. That's my last con. He didn't get to the quarterback that often. He does get there sometimes, but a lot of times he'll get there on coverage sacks because he's so relentless. He'll run around in a circle, get around a guard. There's good coverage down the field. Quarterback's looking for a backdoor escape, and he runs into Andrew Billings. I want him to win initially. He's quick enough. There is quickness here. He's an athlete. He's strong enough. I want him to be more of a pass rusher, because I don't want this guy coming off the field ever. I think he's good enough to be a 3-down football player, and I want him to stay on the field on 3rd downs. This is turning into a passing league, and if he can start getting consistent pressure on the quarterback, and look, Just keeping him on the field on third downs just to collapse the pocket is good enough. But I want this guy to reap some of the benefits of actually getting to the quarterback because I think he's good enough, he's talented enough, he's athletic enough to do that. So be a better pass rusher, and I hope a coach gets with him at the next level. And I'm hoping it's the Redskins and their D-line coach that's getting with him and helping him develop some pass rushing moves and some technique to help him get to the quarterback a little bit more often in passing situations. But that is Andrew Top Billings and his draft prospects breakdown 101. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it. Oh, here in the lab room, come back and join me as I continue to break down everything. And everything. National Football League. I don't know what I'm doing next. Don't ask me. Maybe I'll go to safety if I got time, but we're coming up very close to that In the Lab Room Louie Tee Network mock draft. See you next time.
There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie Tee, be sure to follow me on Twitter at In the Lab Room, or you can like the Facebook page at In the Lab Room. That's In the Lab Room on Facebook and at In the Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.
Mm-hmm.